Now friends, let's take this problem. This is from the previous year CAT papers, precisely it's from CAT 2004. N persons stand on a circumference of a circle at distinct points. Each possible pair of persons not standing next to each other sings a 2-minute song, one pair after the other. If the total time taken for singing is 28 minutes, what's the N? Right? That means precisely we have to calculate the number of persons participating in the event. Right? Now there are two things. That 28 minutes was a total time taken and each song took 2 minutes. That means in all 28 by 2, 14 songs were sung. So precisely we can say there were 14 pairs, right? Now this concept is nothing but an application of we calculated the number of diagonals in a polygon. So the same concept we will be using over here, or I can say it's an application of that particular concept, right? Suppose I take example over here. Suppose I have 6 persons, 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? Or they are forming a hexagon, right? Now how many diagonals this hexagon will have? How do we calculate that? See, we make the combination of all the 6 points, right? So if we join 2 points, we will be getting a straight line, right? So total number of straight lines are 62, but every straight line is not the diagonal. Why? Because if we match 2 adjacent points, we won't be getting diagonals, right? So we cannot match adjacent points to get a diagonals, right? That means by matching the adjacent points we get the sides of the polygon, right? So but if we have to calculate the number of diagonals, what we will do, we will deduct the number of sides, right? So it's 6c2, that is all the combination of 2 points, minus number of sides, that is 6 sides. So the remaining number is nothing but the number of diagonals in this hexagon, right? So this was just an example, and this is just an application. This particular question is an application of this concept, right? Here also everybody is singing song with the other person except with the person who is standing next to him, right? So precisely we have to calculate the number of diagonals with this polygon, and in this case a number of diagonals is given, but we have to find out the sides in the polygon, right? The concept is quite similar. If you just think carefully, you'll come to know, right? Now there are n persons, so how many straight lines can be formed? It's nc2, right? And out of these nc2 we have to deduct the number of sides, because they will not form the diagonal, or the persons don't have to sing, right? The persons who are standing next to each other, or the persons who are adjacent to each other, they don't have to make a pair. So in all there are nc2 pair minus n, that is sides, and that's actually 14, right? 28 minutes it took, but the total number of songs were 14. Okay, so nc2 minus n is 14. Now just simplify it. So it's n square minus n minus 2n, so it's minus 3n minus 28 is equal to 0, n minus 7, n plus 4 is equal to 0. That means n is equal to 7. That means if we talk about the polygon, it is a 7-sided polygon or a heptagon, or if we talk about this particular situation, there are 7 persons, right? So a concept that we discussed, this particular question is an application for that concept, and I hope you are clear. It's a really good question and it came in CAT 2004, right? Now one more question from CAT previous year papers. 66 games were played in a tournament where each player played once against the rest. The number of players was. Friends, further, it takes 2 players to make one team, right? And one team means one match, right? So precisely there are 66 games, that means there were 66 teams, right? 66, here I'm talking about teams, not persons, right? Now I suppose n persons are there, right? If each team takes 2 persons, so how many combinations I'll be getting? That is NC2, right? Each team consists of 2 persons, so number of teams will be NC2. Now NC2 is what? It's 66, right? Now NC2 is what? N minus 1 by 2, and that is 66, so it's 132, right? Now these are two consecutive numbers and their product is 132, so it's 12 into 11 is 132. That means N is nothing but 12, right? So the number of players were 12. I hope you are clear.